Andy is probably one of the most inclusive people I know. The more people, the better. And he also wants to make everybody succeed.
If I had to describe my dad in one sentence, I would describe him as a quiet servant leader who operates with an ethos of integrity.
He is so adventuresome, he's so kind, he's so giving. You can find him on the top of Kilimanjaro or in the church kitchen making coffee for everybody. I mean, he is an amazing person.
Andy is high energy. He has a lot of energy and a lot of different interests. And I think he embodies the concept of lifelong learning as well as anybody I know. He's always got something he's interested in learning how to do. He does birding, woodworking, golf. I think the only thing that Andy Brown is not good at is resting. Andy's always been an advocate for education, whether it's during his practice as a pediatrician or as a board member for the Board of Education here in Murfreesboro. He is the main reason and the driving force behind the residency programs that Ascension has here in Middle Tennessee.
My dad and his siblings actually went to a 2-room schoolhouse in Tennessee, and when he was growing up, that was what his parents saw was a way for them to provide for their children, was to make sure that they got a good education. And so when my dad went to college, he actually got to go to college through ROTC and then through the Navy to go on to medical school. And I think he really wanted other children to have the same opportunities that he had. Reese Rogers. For me, it all started right here. My dad actually went to school here for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And all of my sisters and I went to school here. And he was always volunteering, he was always attending sporting events, and he was always there supporting us and supporting our friends and the students in public education. My dad, when we were growing up, went on several mission trips. They were both medical missions and construction missions, and we went on several of those ourselves. And during those, I saw my dad's servant heart. I saw him caring for other people, other people's children, and working with them one-on-one and making sure that the most vulnerable people in that community were being cared for.
One thing that comes to mind would be when he was on his mission trips, and I remember him telling the story that they were in the jungles of Honduras. My wife was actually there as the interpreter, and Andy had a child come in, and I cannot remember what was wrong with the child, but it was going to die. And Andy said, "Not on my watch, he's not going to die." And that child did not die. We've been traveling together, I think, since the early 2000s. We love to travel. We both came from families that had very little. So sometimes we stand at the Alhambra in Granada, Spain, and think, how on earth did we get here? You know, there's no way. We could have gone from where we were to where we are now. I think a lot of credit goes to our parents. His parents and my parents were sort of similar in one way, and that is they believed education was the most important thing. And they insisted that we study, do our lessons, and go to college. And I think that was the key to broadening our horizons and helped us get to where we are now. If Andy was talking to teachers, I think he might say, don't rule out anybody in your class. You can find a way to teach all of them and get to their heart.